Hello everybody, welcome to the channel. Long time no been here. So been over a month since I've made a video. Been really busy with a lot of things, but nobody cares about that. So let's move on to what we're doing here. Today we're going to be kind of doing a little setup, string change, cleanup on a 2016 Fender Mustang. Even has a little Mustang emblem mounted on there. So this is the Mustang 90, of course, because it has the 292 P90 pickups. So 2016, made in Mexico, has Fender locking tuners on it, rosewood fretboard, three-way switch, yada yada yada. You know, great guitar. I used to have one of these that was a Squire, the Mustang, and it felt like a little toy. This guitar actually feels really, you know, bigger, more solid. Actually, not that there was anything wrong with a little Squire, but this just a little bit better. We may do a nut change on this. We know we're going to change strings, check the, you know, relief of the neck, intonation, that kind of thing. So anyway, if you're interested in that, let's see what we can get done. All right. There isn't a whole lot to do to this thing. I picked this up the other day in a trade kind of deal with a gentleman, and he takes really good care of his guitars. He's a guitar tech himself, and so basically what I'm doing, the frets are level. I'm just gonna give him a polish, and I'll probably before that do just a little bit of work on the fret ends, just to suit me. I mean, they're not bad, but I like them just a little more rounded over. Probably do a little work. We got a plastic nut. Either gonna put a tusk nut in or a bone nut. Either one. You know, these are a shorter scale guitar. I can't remember if they're 24 something. So anyway, they're not 25 and a half. I don't think they're 24 and 3/4 like a Gibson, but they're like 24 and a half or something. I can't remember exactly, but they are just a little bit shorter scale than the regular Strat or Tele. So I'm gonna go ahead and do these fret edges and polish them up, clean the fretboard. But probably before I clean the fretboard, we'll go ahead and try to get this nut out and see what we can do with it. See how hard it is to get out. There we go. Easy enough. So you can tell that's a plastic nut because it has, let's see, the little indentions there where it was made. And it's, you know, it could be a tusk or whatever. Nope. See that? You can hear that flat. The difference in the tusk, more of a ringing sound. To get this bone out, it's even got even more of a, you can tell by the sound, just by the look of it, the feel of it. Yeah, So we're gonna have to. I'm about to do a little shaping on these, whichever one I use. I'm not quite sure yet. We got the rounded bottom where these are flat, so I got to do a little work on that. But I may go ahead and see if I can't do these frets up, and then we'll put the nut in. And I went ahead and took the neck off so I could, just access the frets a little easier. So we got a little sticker under here, and somebody has wrote sin. So I guess taking this neck off was a sin. So if it is, oh well. So once I've got the fret ends rounded off, and they were just, I should have tried to show them the forward picture. They just look like nobody's ever done anything to these. They weren't sharp sticking out. They just weren't quite rounded as much as I like them. Once I get done with that, take a little bit of sandpaper, a wooden dowel, and then I just run over. I like to roll the fretboard edge just slightly as well. So I just run this over there and kind of polish these up a little bit. I noticed on these, when I was doing these fret ends, that this fret material is really rather soft. So, and this is a made in Mexico model. I don't know that I mentioned that, but yeah, it's a made in Mexico. I think now they're called a Player Series or something now. That's got, oh yeah, that feels much better to me. I like to have those edges rounded just a little bit. It's like sometimes, they don't have to be sharp, but they're just, kind of like a speed bump. So, I hadn't got any pantyhose. I can't do the Phil McKnight test. I don't have any pantyhose. I had a paper towel, didn't tear it, so. Okay, do a little polish on this thing. These frets got just a little bit of play wear on them, nothing major. So let me get these polished up and we'll be back. Okay, we got our frets all polished up, the fret ends rounded off, sanded off straight. Look at them pretty shiny frets. I mean, that's great. Now we'll clean this thing up. Oh boy, that stuff is a little bit strong. It's a pretty rosewood on this fretboard. You can't get now, I don't think, on the made in Mexico. I think it's all this other stuff. Which I'm not really crazy about. Some of it looks better than others. Pifaro or whatever it's called. Yeah, I hate I've been so long doing the video. I know everybody got up every morning first thing to check their computer to see if I'd put out a video. So, but see a lot going on. Yeah, somebody's put these on here. So great. You know, it's got the last three staggered down. Fender locking tuners. Really nice set of tuners on that thing. So we'll put a little bit of this conditioner on here. We'll be ready to move along with it. All right, we got our new bone nut placed in there. Got our fretboard cleaned up. Now we're ready to put the body back. The body back on the neck or the neck back on the body. Now I'm kind of got the strings back on. Kind of leveling up these saddles a little bit. I guess I'm going to say from jarring around, cleaning or whatever. They've kind of got turned this way or that way, which is not good. I'm going to have to redo everything, but they'll at least be sitting where they're supposed to sit. Okay, if you can tell much about that or not. Let me know what you think about the Mustang emblem. I think it was a pretty cool idea. So far I cleaned the body real good. Neck, we got our fretboard straight. I mean, just a basic deal. Let me see if I can turn this around here. The nut is going to have a little more work done to it. And I'm not going to get into all that in this video, because about the next video or the next, we're going to get into the whole deal with the nut. And I'm going to try to use my other camera where we can get up close to it, how to shape a bone nut, how it's supposed to look when it's finished, all that good stuff. So I'm not going to take the time right now to get into that. I'll do a different video just on it. But, you know, that's just kind of a quick setup. I had to set the intonation and all this kind of stuff. At least check it. I think it's probably pretty well right. The string height is all good, except for those saddles I doodled around with. So, you know, pretty straight little guitar. Okay, that's pretty much it on this. I mean, if you never played one of these, you know, they're really sweet. If you look at most of the reviews online, you know, everybody really likes them. Really hadn't had a chance to play it a whole lot. Did plug it in, check it all out, and seemed really nice, you know. It seemed like it's, you know, which was ironic because we're working on the strap with the two P90s. So I've got it primed. I primed it today. Hopefully get a coat of paint on it tomorrow. And it'll, you know, we'll be ready to start putting it together here real shortly. Coming up, this is going to be one of the next videos coming up also. This is a kit bass. And the action is just a little bit high. So that's not all. There's a lot. We're going to be looking at this thing to see if there's anything at all we can do to try to get this thing straight. Don't have any idea if it works or not. You know, I got into the kit guitar business several years ago with this kind of Eddie Van Halen Wolfgang copy thing, and my experience with kit guitars isn't great, but we're going to see what we can do with that one too. Just been a lot going on, summertime, vacation, work, really slack on the videos. Really appreciate everybody that's subscribed and the people that's hanging in there with me. It's getting that time of year to where I can get back in here and start doing a little more. A lot of stuff coming up. I always say that, but there is. It's piled up. It's piled up. So we got a lot to do. So really appreciate everybody, and until the next time, see you.